Yeah, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining this event, which is the Utility Management Training Kickoff Induction Module. My name is Philip Weller. I'm with the International Association of Water Service Companies of the Danube Catchment, and I will moderate the session this afternoon, or the first part of the session this afternoon. And we're very, very happy that prospective participants in the program have joined us. A number of our partners or companies that are involved in the program, as well as the organizations that are helping organize the activities surrounding the utility management training. We look forward to a very informative day today and over the next 2 days. And right to begin, I would turn the word over to Walter Kling, the president of IWD, to provide welcoming remarks. Walter, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Phil, and welcome to all the participants of today's webinar for this introduction module of our utility management training. On behalf of IWD, I may say that we are all excited, and all excited means not only the team who has really tirelessly working on developing this utility management training for a long period, but also our partners, those who are involved, and at least those who will participate. Seeing that this is really start of a signature event of IWD, which we had in mind for a long time, and we are really excited to finally kick this off with today and to lead it to a success. What's the purpose of the program? The idea was really to support the management culture of water utilities, not only to give capacity building on the base of our staff, but really to develop knowledge further. And this is by a course which is also supported from the academic side, particularly here from the University of Sofia, where my thanks goes really to the University of Sofia, of one of the strong supporting partners in developing this utility management training. But it needs more than only those who create the ideas. It needs a lot of supporters who, in the role of our members, are aware, being on their own managers, that there is a need of such a development of knowledge and for staff, for senior staff in the utilities. And this was also reflected by company partners. This interest was also reflected by the donor associations, who in a short way found ways to support this activity with financial support and a scholarship for participants. So I think we witnessed over the last months a really strong development around this basic idea of a utility managed training to where we are now. And this is really to have a very well set utility management training in 8 modules, which will be delivered, and where we always will have in mind that the importance, or the really important thing for us, is that there is an exchange between those experts who are working in the field of the water sector, which work in the utilities, which represent the practitioners, and that those who participate in this course will have this direct contact in future. Also, we hope under the pandemic to have these visits at the utilities, because we saw over so long time that this direct contact between practitioners and those who want to claim knowledge is the most efficient way to develop very authentic knowledge in the sector and for the utilities. And we see this as a service, as a very important service for our members, really to strengthen the utilities, as it is one of the claims of our Danube Water program. And with that, I'm really excited to see this now, the first webinars in starting this not only event, but this course, and to see the first contributions. And I wish all of the participants the needed success. Those who created the utility management training, I also wish you the success, that it is well received and that we will get a huge good feedback and a continuous support for even future courses which we have in mind for this academic course for utility experts. And with that, good luck for the utility management training. Let's officially open it and give back to the moderator, Phil Weller. Thank you.
Thank you, Walter. And as you've mentioned, this utility management training program is one that has involved a variety of different partners. And one of those very, very important partners has been the World Bank, which IWD is cooperating together in the Danube Water program. And we have Raimund Meyer, the head of the Danube Water program for the World Bank. And Raimund, I would give you the floor.
Thank you very much, Phil, and good afternoon to everybody. And I hope everybody is healthy and safe under these particular circumstances, which last actually longer than everybody expected, probably. It's my sincere pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the World Bank to the induction module of the utility management training, or as we call it, a masterclass for holistic management in the water sector. My name is Raimund Meyer. I work for the World Bank Water Global Practice for Europe and Central Asia, and I'm the task team leader for the Danube Water program. Overall, we have a tradition in sharing knowledge, improving capacities and training, and also in investing not only in infrastructure, but particularly also into people in the Danube region. That is very much in the heart of the World Bank supported activities in the frame of the Danube Water program. And we see from all our conversations and information stemming from previous analytical work, which was done, like the state of the sector reports in the frame of the program, the Danube Water conferences, which were conducted annually, but also from bilateral discussions with sector professionals as you are, that there's an undisputed need to support and further enhance human capacities, but also, as Walter said, the management culture in the water utility sector of the Danube region. The World Bank, together with IWD, but also with national associations and other sector partners, has a tradition to support and foster capacity enhancement via the Danube Learning Partnership. And in that context, we are very proud on the important work that has been done for this new 2 years capacity development program, which is now launched, the Utility Management Training Program, which overall aims to equip current and future water sector managers with tools and techniques to support their decision-making. The utility management training is closely aligned and also enshrines the World Bank Utility of the Future program, which is designed to catalyze and materialize transformation efforts in water supply and sanitation utilities. So that's a global program, and it provides a comprehensive framework for the assessment which practices need to be improved. And the utility management training program overall teaches how such transformational actions can be put into practice in order to improve access to safe water supply and sanitation services. Now, such transformations depend very much on the overall action, but also I would say the enthusiasm of water sector managers and their staff. And the World Bank is very happy also to support the participation in this new utility management training program via a scholarship program financed from the Global Water Security and Sanitation Partnership Trust Fund, which basically provides also financial assistance for participation in the program. I wish all participants of this webinar great success, first of all, for the induction module over the next 3 days and overall the launch of the utility management training. Second, to all teachers, trainers, and institutional partners which have been closely involved and will be closely involved for the conduction of the training over the next 2 years. Third, particularly, of course, to all participants and scholars which signed up to this new program. If you have not done so yet, I think there's still time to do it. So please take your chance, because it's a great opportunity to significantly learn and create a great network of sector professionals. I would say not only in the Danube region, but also beyond, because of the link with the UF, which is a global program. And last but not least, I think that's maybe the most important part, to really enjoy also these trainings and the masterclass and the networks you're creating for the holistic management in the water sector. I'm convinced that this group of people participating today plays really a crucial role to ensure access to essential water services, finally for the benefit of the population in the Danube region. So we have a very important task jointly to manage and to move ahead. And with these words, I would like to thank you very much and to wish everyone a useful, informative and inspiring exchange today and over the coming days, and particularly those who are conducting the training and are really participating and jointly work to move ahead with water service delivery in the Danube region. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Raimund. To all of you who don't know me, I'm Katharina Schilling, IWD Communication Program Manager. I need to now quickly step in for Philip Weller because we lost him due to connection issues. He had issues the whole day with his connection, so let's see if he's coming back or not. Otherwise, I will take over the moderation role from him. In any case, thanks, Raimund, for this short welcome. And apart from the World Bank, we have another second very important institutional partner providing also academic rigor to our program. And that is Professor Atanas Georgiev. He's the Dean of the Faculty of Economics and Business Administration at Sofia University. And Atanas, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Kathy, and thank you to the IAWD team for organizing this webinar. On behalf of Sofia University, St. Clement Ochritsky, and the Faculty of Economics and Business Administration, I would like to express our gratitude to be part of this initiative. We are the academic partners of the UMT, and with such a role, we will be supporting the structuring of the modules. We have had extensive discussions in the past months and about a year already with the team at IAWD. We have also started our participation with the module on financial and organizational management, where my colleague Vasil Karaivanov from our team at the faculty would be co-lecturing. So this is our second role in the teaching process with academic background and experience. The third part is related to the possible someday accommodation at Sofia University and the Faculty of Economics and Business Administration once the pandemic is over, on our real grounds, not only on the virtual grounds of the faculty. So I hope that either during this edition or the next ones, we would be able to actually host some of the trainings here in our building of the Faculty of Economics and Business Administration. Also, another very important role of the university is to provide the ECTS credits for the certification. The participants will receive certificates from IAWD and our Center of Educational Studies, Educational Services at the faculty, so we would be co-issuing these certificates from the training. Apart from that, of course, we would be able to participate with all our efforts in terms of connections and information from the academic point of view. I hope that this UMT training will be only the beginning of a very fruitful partnership between our two organizations, and with the support of the World Bank, of course. for even more water-related trainings, research and initiatives with the same and even more participants than the current one. So thank you very much, and you have seen in the chat the web address of the faculty. If you need to know more, you can always look for our assistance. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Atanas, and thank you all the three of you for welcoming our participants and kicking off the UMT. As Phil Weller wasn't able to come back now, I will also take over his presentation now. Let me share my screen. Here you go. I hope you can all see. The title of the presentation is Building the UMT Community of Practice. And I think overall, that's one of the very important aspects to realize with this capacity building program. This is not only about knowledge, this is also about a network. I mean, even in this introductory induction module, you're exposed to almost 30 speakers. Partners, competence partners, institutional partners, corporate utility partners. I think it's 29. I counted very quickly today. And you will be exposed to those people throughout the coming 18 months, in addition to a lot more. And this kind of community and network that will be created in the coming 18 months, I think, is one of the additional benefits the UMT is providing. So just to provide you a little overview, the target audience of the UMT is mid-career professionals in water utilities. That means, on the one hand, we are aiming to tackle technically oriented managers who need, on the one hand, a wider grasp of financial and commercial aspects, but we are also aiming to tackle non-technical managers who need a better understanding of networks and plants and energy and asset management, etc. We would also like to reach out to newcomers to the water supply and sanitation sectors, to experts and politicians, to water facility managers, for example, at large industrial plants, or to technology vendors and service providers who need to get a deeper knowledge of the in-house mechanisms in water utilities. So coming from the target audience to the target countries, the UMT is dedicated for utility staff in the Danube region mainly. We are delivering it via the so-called regional Danube hub, which is operated by IWD. And just to explain that a little bit in more detail, the Danube Learning Partnership, under which the UMT is a foundation program, has also national hubs and sub-regional hubs in addition to the Danube hub. What is a national hub? For example, I'm just thinking about Albania because I just saw in the chat that Elisabetta Poci from Šucal is here around. Šucal, the National Association Albania, is operating a couple of DLEAP hubs for asset management, for commercial efficiency, for example, for utility benchmarking. Those capacity building programs are there operated in local language and for local people. And on the contrary, that so-called Danube hub is operating for the whole region. And as I pointed out, IWD is operating it, and we're offering, on the one hand, the utility benchmarking program for the whole Danube region, and now also the utility management training. Given the audience we have and the target countries we have, we're not operating in local language, but of course in English language, and we do not expect for the next couple of years to launch any national UMT hubs in the region. Regarding the approach and the content of the UMT, when we started to develop the program, our idea was that all major business areas of the water utility business should be covered. And both the core and the support functions are included. Our main aim is to enhance the management culture of water utilities by providing the correct and right tools and techniques to bridge the operations and the management level. As you see in the induction module, we were able to set up a combination of institutional partners, competence partners, and utility partners for demonstrations and site visits. And each of the modules is delivered by a core trainer supported by key experts in their field of expertise. And as I've pointed out already, networking is a key element of the overall UMT. Yeah, our partners, we already heard the welcome institutionals. On the institutional side, it's the Sofia University and the World Bank Group. We have as utility partners, and you will have you will hear from them later on, Energie AG and Sofia Water, and a range of competence partners. And I can only say the list is not complete, and it's basically because we're still working on some of the modules and trying to get additional competence partners in. This list is not exhaustive. It's growing on a daily basis. And as I said before, I mean, these are the people you will be exposed to. And in each of the modules, you will have very close connection and communication with representatives from those competence partners. In addition, we were able to achieve a strategic partnership with the so-called Utility of the Future program, which is a program developed by the World Bank. It's designed to catalyze, materialize, and maintain transformation efforts in the water supply and sanitation utilities. The program defines a utility of a future as a future-focused utility which provides reliable, safe, and inclusive, transparent, and responsive water supply and sanitation services through best fit practices. And we were able to build in the UF methodology into the UMT. The whole third day of this induction module will be dedicated to the Utility of the Future program. So all the UMT participants will be exposed to this methodology, and it will be integrated also in the content modules that follow later on. So the benefits and deliverables of the UMT are, on the one hand, an introduction to contemporary tools and techniques in various areas of utility management, participating in a network with future leading utility managers. It's not only the community of practice you're building, it's also learning, getting to know your UMT colleagues, the other participants. You will create a network of people around the region. The access to the community of practice and water service sector management. And finally, you will receive, as you've just heard, a graduation certificate, including ECTS credits provided by Sofia University. It was also pointed out already that we were able to set up a scholarship program by the World Bank. It's funded by the GWSP Trust Fund. The announcement was published on 30th of April, and participants or successful applicants are able to receive up to 80% of co-funding. So the UMT 2021 cycle, we started now, we have overall 17 to 20 expected participants. That relies a little bit on the outcome of the scholarship application, which will be announced beginning of next week. So it should be, all participants should be able to start on time, beginning of June, the financial and organizational management module. We have confirmed, definitely confirmed participants from Energie AG, from Sofia Water, from Tirana, and a strong interest of more than 10 utilities around the region to send at least one candidate. As I said, the final number depends on the scholarships provided. Finally, building your network. 15 to 20 participants are expected. I already said 3 to 4 trainers and key experts per module for 8 modules, that again, around 30 people. You will have an access to a range of competence partners active in the water sector of the Danube region. We will provide regular networking events in the frame of the residential week, and this will also happen virtually for the first modules, because as you know, we will start virtually, not physically, unfortunately. And you will be also able to have an ongoing exchange with your fellow participants and also the trainers via our learning management system, which is the DLIP Academy. Yeah, and with this, I'm concluding this presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them via the Q&A function. I'm just checking if Phil Weller is already back. He seems to be. I'm not sure, Phil, if you would like to take over the moderation again, because it's my turn now to do the next presentation.
Thank you, Kathy. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Doesn't seem so. Okay, then I will go on because I have in any case the next presentation on a different topic.
Kathy,
yes.
May I just ask you, you're doing this perfectly and we have slight problems, so it's an honor to have you moderating the ongoing event. Let's be very quick in those decisions. Just go ahead.
Let's do it that way. Then let me look for my second presentation, the UMT structure and logistics, which is a slightly different one from before, because now I will talk about the overall setup of the utility management training and the logistics of the program. So starting with the program duration. You already know the UMT consists of one induction module, in addition to 8, let's say, content modules spread over 2 years. Each module is organized within a 3-month period with an intro webinar, a 1-week residential activity, and some follow-up work. And finally, participants need to submit a graduation projects, which will implement the approaches or tools and techniques that the participants have learned in the course of the UMT. So coming from the duration to the module sequence, I just told you it's a 2 years program. Yes, in principle, but now we have a pandemic, as you all know. So things are different, slightly different. We intended to launch the UMT beginning of this year, which we couldn't do because of all the travel restrictions and it was just too insecure. So this is why we're going to squeeze this first cycle now into, let's say, 18, 19 months that are remaining. The induction module is the kickoff to the program to introduce to the topic and to start creating your network. Then in the year 1, we are going to have 3 modules: the financial and organizational management, the commercial management and customer services, and the asset management in investment planning. The first one, the FOM, will still be a virtual one, and hopefully starting with the second, we can move to physical modules. Starting in 2022, we will follow with network operations, energy management and energy efficiency, plant management, the utility economics regulation, risk management, and the water safety and business continuity management. So as you can see, we have to squeeze 5 modules into the second year. Originally, the idea was to have 4 modules per year. So hopefully, starting with the second cycle of the UMT, we can go back to this original schedule. In any case, you can see that some of the modules are in italic letters. That means that are those modules which are more financially oriented and not technically oriented. Coming to the structure, to the module structure, I already said each module will start with a preparation to get to know the trainers and the utility partners. All participants will have access to the DLIP learning management system, the DLIP Academy. They will receive the module materials, the manuals, reference readings, etc. I'm just informed you cannot see my screen. Is this correct?
No, we can't see it.
Okay, you can see it. Perfect. Thank you.
We cannot see it.
No, we cannot.
You cannot see it?
Cannot.
Yeah, we cannot see it.
Okay. That's weird. Now you should be able to, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Full screen.
Okay. Good. So month 1 of each module is the preparation. Month 2 is the actual delivery of each module. So the so-called residential week, which is in the first module, a virtual one, but then hopefully physically. So participants arrive at the module host city. They have 4 days of intensive classroom and site visits, including utility host demonstrations and management meetings. Also, of course, networking opportunities, including a cocktail and dinner function, and the week ends by Friday and people can travel home. And then in the 3rd month, there are follow-up activities like homework completion and continuous exchange with the trainers of the modules to finalize the homework and the home exercise. Coming to the timeline, I don't want to go through the timeline in detail, but maybe take a closer look at the location. As you can see, starting with the commercial management and customer service, we hope to be physical, if possible, starting in the Czech Republic. We will then move on to Belgrade, Serbia, also go to Sofia and Blagoevgrad in Bulgaria, moving to Tirana and Durrës in Albania. For the plant management, the decision is not yet taken, but we will find a nice spot. The utility economics, risk and regulation will be in Sofia again. And finally, we will conclude the utility management training in Austria, in Vienna and Linz. The key dates for now, which are already fixed, is of course the induction module, as you know, and for the first financial and organizational management, the intro webinar on 1st of June. In addition to the residential week, which will happen virtually between 14th and 18th of June. I already mentioned the DLEAP Academy, this learning management system that we offer, and all our UMT participants have access to this learning management system. It on the one hand, it provides the content of the program. So you will have, for now, you have there the introduction to the program, suggestions for background readings, etc. Also, all the presentations of the intro webinar, induction module, sorry, will be uploaded. And then for each of the modules, all the relevant materials, the manuals, the presentation, the homework, etc., will be provided by the DLEAP Academy. In addition, it has a calendar feature with all the upcoming events. As you can see, for now, the induction module and the FOM events. And finally, I already mentioned it also, a discussion feature to exchange with, on the one hand, the trainers, with all the participants, but also with individual participants. So this also in between the residential weeks and the modules, this system allows the participants to stay in touch with each other and with their trainers. Okay, so this was it from my side on the structure and the logistics. And we're coming to the next item, which is the utility partners. We have 2 utility partners today with us, which is Christian Hasenleitner from Energie AG and also Lubomir Filipov from Sofia Water. And I invite now both of them to turn on their camera. Thank you. And Christian, I will provide you the floor to provide a short welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Kati, for the introduction. Good to see you all. Quite a big group of people attending, or at least interested in the program. Maybe giving a short introduction on Energie AG. Energie AG is an Austrian company with the headquarters in Linz. Energie AG is active in the energy business, electricity production and delivery, transport and delivery, gas, the same, district heating, waste collection and incineration, and which is also my responsibility, water supply and wastewater treatment in the Czech Republic. Just to give you an impression about these companies, the companies, several of them, is supplying drinking water to about 1 million inhabitants, and collecting and treating wastewater for about 700,000 in different locations in Czech Republic. The companies are, let's say, at home in both worlds. On one hand, in a monopolistic world where you are owner of the infrastructure and operator at the same time, and on the other hand, as an operator for municipalities. This one, the latest one, is done mostly via concession or operating contracts with a limited duration. So we have more or less permanently in tenders for at all about 700 contracts which are served. So as I said, it's in both worlds. On one hand, owner, so you can name it monopolistic, or in the other hand, operating. We are also doing a lot of different services like most of you will know. It's small construction project, metering, GIS, and so when you come to Czech Republic and visit one of our companies, you will see a part of it, I'm sure. For us, it's a great opportunity to be part of the program. We are happy to be, on one hand, part of it as a presenter, or also able to show where we are standing and what our companies are doing and achieving in certain modules. We are participating in 2 modules. One is the financial one, and the other one is crisis management. And on the other hand, we have 3 participants from our group in the program itself, and we are quite anxiously looking forward we're looking forward to see how our performance is, how we can present, how we can be part of the whole program, and I'm sure we are able to deliver quite good information and practical experience. And on the other hand, we are looking forward how our employees see the more international experiences and can learn from others too. So that's it from my side for the moment. And maybe I can hand over directly to Lubomir.
Thank you, Christian. A few words from my side. I'm Lubomir Filipov, part of the management of Sofia Water Company. Sofia Water Company is part of the world company Veolia. As you know, soon we will be one company with Suez, but this is another topic. We are servicing Sofia, the city of Bulgaria, under a concession contract. So we are providing the full range of services, meaning water supply, sewage, and treatment services. About the program, I'm very glad that we launched that program, and I believe that this program will be very useful for the participants. Why I believe so? As I see in the chat from today, there are people with different backgrounds over there, and actually that was one of the main ideas of that program, to bring on one place people, experts, managers with different backgrounds. And I'll give you one example. Today I was in Bulgarian state regulator, because right now we are negotiating the next business plan of the company, and we were discussing some financial things behind the regulatory model. But during the discussion, it was necessary also to touch upon a few legal elements and few technical elements. And I'm very glad that with me were people with different backgrounds, people with technical background, people with financial background, people with legal background. And from my perspective, the future of the utilities and the water utilities, and the way to bring these utilities on the next level is exactly this one: to combine the different expertise in on one place. So this program for me is doing exactly that. We have technical modules, we have financial modules, we have we have legal stuff over there as well. So for me, the modern manager of the utility company should be aware of all the aspects of the utility they are managing, not only the financial, not only the technical, not only the legal, but all of them. Of course, not being a perfect expert in that, but at least has the main knowledge about the main processes on each of these aspects. So that's believe this program it's very good. It will teach the financial guys to some technical things and the technical guys to some financial things, which I believe is very, very useful for their future careers. And actually our practice is showing exactly that. So we fully support this, and I'm very, very happy that participants from Sofia Water Company also will take part in the program, and we are waiting for you to welcome you in Sofia in a few weeks, I guess, because the first module will be on the financial accounting, and we are one of the partners on that module. So success to everyone, and I hope you to enjoy that program and to, at the end of the day, to be the financial guys to be a little bit more technical guys, the technical guys to be a little bit more financial guys, and the legal guys to be both. Thank you.
Thank you both, and thank you also to Christian for supporting me with my moderation role and handing directly over to Lubomir. I mean, we as IWD, we greatly appreciate your involvement in the UMT, not only because you're practitioners and you're basically doing the job, so you have the best expertise and the best knowledge, but also you're both IWD members. And I mean, the overall concept of DLEAP, the Danube Learning Partnership, is providing capacity building from our members to our members. So that's a perfect example of how knowledge can be transferred within the region, from one utility to another, etc. So for me, I have just one question, because you both actually explained that you're on the one hand like competence partners in some of the modules, for example, Energie AG in the CMCS and also the water safety and business continuity management, but you also have people in the program. So can you just give me a short answer why you decided to take on both roles?
If I may start, I think it's quite easy to answer. On one hand, I'm convinced it's very attractive to achieve all the goals Lubomir already mentioned. So it's from our point of view, it's an ideal chance to show younger managers or younger people who want to develop or have the potential to develop in the group to learn more about all aspects of water and wastewater operation, as Lubomir already described. On the other hand, I'm quite convinced that we also can show something and have, of course, as all water providers, quite a lot of experience in certain fields. Doesn't mean we are the best or whatsoever, but I think we have, all of us is having a specific knowledge and how to do the things according to the local needs. And I think although this could be very interesting for the participants to learn more about what are solutions in certain countries related to techniques, to regulation, to commercial issues and so on. So I think even if you cannot at the end, you can probably not translate it one-to-one, a solution from, I don't know, Bulgaria in Czech Republic, but you can take it, you can learn from it, you can adapt it for your needs and bring forward your own company. And that's the reason why we said, let's try this also to send a group of people in this program. And the last point, we don't have an educational program like this in our group, such a specialized program. And you don't find it on the market. It's unique, and I think that's also quite excellent to have something like this and to bring forward our experts and our expertise.
Yeah, thank you, Christian. And maybe before I hand over to Lubomir, also just a little reminder for all our attendees, if you have any question for our panelists, please feel free to include your questions into the question and answer box. The panelists will be able to answer in written form or also orally. We can do both. But now also, Lubomir, I mean, what are the benefits for like Sofia Water to send participants to the UMT and become basically members of such a regional utility network that we're building now with the UMT?
Actually, not much to add to what Christian just said. But to answer to your question, Kati, actually, it's what I have started at the beginning. For me, the success of each, let's say, utility or project or whatever is as a question of a teamwork, of people with different backgrounds, people with different experiences. And that program exactly is giving this. From one side, there are people with different experiences within the program itself, like accountants, technical guys, legal guys. And as a second direction, there are a mix of different utilities. Some of these utilities are private, some of these utilities are public, some of these utilities are public-private partnerships. They have different geographical coverage as well. Some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger. And if you want to gain more and more technical and managerial excellence, in my mind, you have to deal and to mingle with different people and companies from different areas. And for me, that experience and knowledge sharing is exactly what could make each of us better in the job we are doing. As Christian said, copy and adapt. Yes, this is something which works. Of course, it has its specifics, regional, regulatory, okay, financial sometimes. But I'm sure that we, as the biggest water operator in Bulgaria, we have a lot to learn from the colleagues from the other countries. Maybe they are doing something in a different way than we, and the vice versa. So that's why, for me, this project is a project and program is something which is I could call it a modern one, and I believe this is one of the, let's say, the things which could bring the water utilities on the next level, and that's what we are talking about now. We are talking about not only about reduction of losses or energy efficiency, but we start talking about innovation, about digitalization, about Industry 4.0. So things which are coming, they're knocking on our doors. In some other businesses, they are also in the room. So let's open the room and give them chance to participate in our business as well. And this is a perfect program for that, in my view.
Yeah, thank you, Lubomir. And let's hope that we can fulfill all these high expectations with the UMT. But in any case, great that both of you are joining, both in terms of your competence, but also with your utility staff. Thank you a lot for being here on the stage. And I would like now to ask you to turn off your cameras, and I would like to invite both Lukas Kornfeind and Roland Huico to the stage and to turn on their cameras, because both of them are our competence partners, two of them. And we invited them today to share a little bit of their experience with us. And I will now hand over to Lukas Kornfeind. He's the, I think it's called Solutions Director of SCAN company based in Austria. And Lukas, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Kati. Just that you have a face to the name and a little introduction of myself. I'm Lukas. I worked at the Technical University for on the Department for Water Quality for many years, also together with Katharina Schilling. And now I'm working on the private sector for SCAN GmbH. Maybe a company not so well known, so I just want to introduce the company here a bit. So I will share my screen now. I hope it will work. Let's see. Can you see my screen? No?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, perfect.
Works well.
And not in presentation mode. Okay, that's good. So, asking the company I'm working for, we were founded as a spin-off of the University of Natural Resources in 1999. Till last year, we were a family-based company, but now we were owned by Badger Meter, which is an American company. We have our headquarters still in Vienna, and we will have it in future too, in Vienna. We have four subsidiaries in US, Mexico, Spain, France, an office in India, China, Italy, Portugal, 45 sales partners globally, and a total staff globally of 75 people, but I think mainly we're in Vienna situated with 50 people, and 10 of them are in the R&D, which means that we are really putting a lot of effort in our innovations and in our products. What we are doing, we are producing sensors, terminals and software for online water quality control and monitoring, and also event detection in this matter. It means like if you have industrial spills in rivers or wastewater treatment plants not working well coming into the river, we can detect it with these instruments. And also these instruments are used for energy efficiency in wastewater treatment plants. So that can be also a future interest in this program. We also do from our customer service departments, we do installations, we provide trainings, maybe that's also in future interesting for the UMT program, and also do maintenance, and we have advanced service models in some kind of way in our company, providing our customers. Oops, sorry. Our product focus is, we invented a special optical sensor which measures especially nutrients and diverse other parameters with one single probe. More than 10,000 of these systems are in the field measuring water quality all over the globe. So we are situated from Mexico to Australia. Also, we have some distributors in the Danube region or Danube catchment region. But not only these optical probes we're offering also the traditional sensors for water quality, like oxygen sensors for efficiency of wastewater treatment plants, pH and conductivity sensors, especially for catching indirect polluters coming into municipal wastewater treatment plants. And so we are covering the whole water industry, from drinking water to wastewater, environmental and industrial water. There are huge environmental programs at the moment also running in Southeast Asia, where I'm involved in. So if it comes to the cycle of water, I will really go fast through the slides. Maybe we can share these slides to the participants afterwards, and you come back with questions to me. So if you come to the cycle of water, from consuming the water, from treatment of water, going back to wastewater and going back into the environment, we are measuring at many sources the water quality, which is on the one hand important for the environment, also on the other hand important for public health. and sometimes these instruments are just used to save money in the utilities themselves. Yeah. So from drinking water to municipal wastewater to environmental monitoring, and even in industrial waters where the regulations are, especially what I know from Southeast Asia, are quite high. So we are measuring there in the effluent to avoid any toxic spills into the environment. Maybe bringing me back to the Danube. So I tried to get some references for the Danube. And we had a real nice program 2 years ago. It was together with Germany, Carsten, who is in the middle of the picture, if you see my mouse now. He built with his team this boat and was driving from Berlin to the Black Sea over 3,500 kilometers with a self-built boat, and had our sensors all the time in the water, measuring the water quality all along the Danube River. And it was quite interesting. You see here, so somewhere here they put the boat, they transferred the boat into the Danube and then started the way down the whole Danube to the Black Sea. Our sensors were installed the whole way down there, and he built a water quality card afterwards, which was quite interesting. Don't ask me how these numbers come, but it's getting worse the redder the numbers are getting. So, and you see then the influences of big cities into the Danube River system, and he monitored really continuously down to the Black Sea. Yeah, this was one reference I found. But we have some programs running now also in the Danube Delta with Romania, what I know. I can bring up some information in future about this. And we are extending also our exploration here in the eastern part of Europe. That's why we want to join this program, and that's why also it's interesting for Esken to be part of it. So, just a quick, brief overview, because I have to hand over to my former colleague, Roland Fuyko. So if there are any questions, maybe we can share the slides. You have my email address here. Anybody can ask, come up to me, and yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Lucas. Yes, we will share in any case the slides. If okay for you, we can make them available even on our website. Thank you for your presentation, and just to be clear that you will be a competence partner for several modules, for example, for the network operation, for the plant management, and also the energy efficiency and energy management, together also with Siemens. So I now I will stop your presentation now so that Roland can share. I can do it, no problem. I will now ask Roland to take the stage. He is a representative of our second competence partner that is represented today in our induction module, Siemens. So please, Roland, the stage is yours.
Thanks a lot, Kati, for this kind introduction. I need to find my screen. Okay, this one. I'm going to share that. Okay. My name is Roland Fuyko, as already introduced by Kati, and I have the honor and pleasure to represent Siemens today and show you some of our latest activities in the water and wastewater solution vertical. So I also want to say thank you for the opportunity to support the utility management training with our input on different topics. So my time is very, very limited, so I will move straight on to the next slide with our business setup in the Central and Eastern Europe countries. So where Austria is the lead country for all of them. And in all of these countries, we have the full product support as well as certified solution partners. So in some countries, we also have our own solution units, where we can guide and support you on your digital journey. A pretty chubby slide, but important. So we are practically the full stack provider of process automation equipment and recording software. like the process instrumentation hardware and the field level, the power supplies, PLC controllers, SCADA software on the control level, and in the engineering and management level, we have a lot of software, a lot of different applications to support operation planners and also decision makers. Here on the right hand side, you also see different apps and digital services that we offer. We can talk about them for hours, but I would just do a short light up of applications that we also want to present during the UMT training, and there we will discuss this in much more detail. So one is the SIVA Leak Plus application. It's an innovative solution for leak detection in water distribution networks with the support of artificial intelligence. So leaks in the water distribution networks can be detected pretty easily and fully automatically, and be fixed then at an early stage to reduce the non-revenue water. As an input, we use sensors like flow sensors, which is one of the most important sensors on this application, pressure sensors, as well as water quality sensors. Lucas already told us much about that. You can also incorporate smart meters, and what you get as an output. As an output, you get events and alarms based on this real-time data, and also additional different KPIs like percentage of water loss in sub-sections of your water distribution network. This is how the application looks from the inside. So you see your water distribution network. Some red dots here that are the notifications and alarms that are popping up inside the network. And what is detectable? Of course, leaks and bursts in your network, pressure drops, asset failures, water quality issues, and as well as sensor failures. We have already a lot of references on this application worldwide, and I couldn't find some of the Danube region, but probably there are some already. Another application similar to the leakage detection is the SIVA blockage predictor that works on radar data of the precipitation, and together with IoT level sensor inside the sewer network. So this is a reference from Yorkshire in England. They had a huge problem with fatty deposits in the sewer system. Maybe some of you heard about that from the newspapers. So they entered a new proactive asset management period to find those blockages and reduce accordingly the pollution events. Another interesting topic is the energy management. So we have here the certified energy management system for easy dashboarding and flexible reporting of energy consumptions inside your assets. It's possible to visualize the distribution of energy consumption and energy costs in your utility, like on this Sankey diagram, so you know exactly where your energy is flowing to. And it's possible to find very quickly problems and potential energy savings inside your asset. Yeah, and last but not least, also a really important topic, the cybersecurity topic, how to protect your business. This could be a holistic defense in-depth concept that we are working on for the last, let's say, 2 years, where you have multiple defense layers around your asset. With the outest one is the planned security layer, so you have physical access protection to your asset, network security layer with all the firewalls and stuff, And also the system integrity is pretty important for the system hardening, patch management. You need to keep your firmwares updated all the time. And also for the reporting of attacks, that's getting more and more important also for these critical infrastructure topics in the last years that are coming up very strong. Okay, I want to say thank you. Maybe some closing words. There's a lot of discussion right now going on about smart cities, digital water, water 4.0, digitalization in the water sector, and so on. So in reality, the water sector, from my perspective, lags a little bit behind. So with this real-world implementation and lighthouse projects. But the good thing about this is that we can see an upward trend, and that the UMT is also supporting these topics. This is for me a clear indicator how the future will be look like. So I give the word back to you, Katharina, and don't hesitate to contact me if you need any information about these topics or different topics. So we are also responsible for the CE region. So feel free to contact us anytime. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Roland. Thank you for this informative presentation and providing already a good overview on the tools available for like developing, maintaining water services, ensuring water services in the Danube region. And I think you're completely right. After working for quite a while now in the Danube region and in the water service sector, we are not close to water 4.0 or whatever it is called. But in any case, I think maintaining the water services in a good shape should be or is a clear goal of the UMT. And with your help, I think we will be able, your help and the help of all the other competence partners we are having in the program, we are able to keep up to the pace, to really the fast pace of the technology and innovation, and also to the state-of-the-art applications that are out there. And so we really appreciate your involvement into the program. Looking at the time, we are already basically in the break now, and I would like to provide you a very short bio break now. I think it's now 9 minutes left, and I would like to ask you to reconvene sharp at 3:20, so 20 minutes past 3. And my colleague Radu Rusev will then take over from me the moderation for the afternoon. He will guide you through the first 3 modules of the UMT, and the trainers, the core trainers of each of the modules, plus a practitioner for each of the module, will guide you through the content and give you a little bit of insight of what to expect in those 3 modules. So please stay tuned. And from my side, I would like to say goodbye. It was a pleasure to be with you, and have a good afternoon. And let's reconvene at 3:20. Thank you.